Hey everyone, it's Sherry Heil and this is Be an Idealist. Today I'm doing something that makes me nervous. You might have noticed that I am fine with speaking in front of the camera. Sometimes I get a little bit off and go different directions or lose my thought, but I'm very comfortable speaking in front of a camera. You could put me in front of a room of 10 people, 200 people. I'll talk to them all day long. But as I said, I get off track. I will lose my train of thoughts. I do things like say, and so forth. So I have joined Toastmasters, and today I'm giving my first icebreaker speech. Very nervous about it because, one, I know they will be counting how many ums I say, but also because it is a structured speech meant to keep me on track. So I've got my little note cards. I wrote it out, want to stay on track, and staying on track makes me nervous. I think staying on track has always made me nervous. Anyway, for today's Be an Idealist, I wanted to test it out here on video, give you guys a sneak peek and see how it goes. And then hopefully it'll go even better when I give it today at the Toastmasters meeting, which is actually an open house. So it's not just our regular group. We're going to have a whole bunch of people checking us out because, if you're going to do your icebreaker speech, do it big, right? All right, so here we go. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. This is my icebreaker speech, which is the first speech that Toastmaster members give when they join. It's a way to introduce ourselves and tell people why we are here. I titled my speech, Embracing Idealism. In 2005, I left the corporate world to become a social media consultant. I was excited about how technology that was developed to give everyone a voice and connect all of us was going to bring us all together and enable us to do some great things. And I was not the only one who was excited about this. All of the early social media adopters were idealists. You could read their visions of the new world that was being created in books like The Clue Train Manifesto, Groundswell, The Thank You Economy, and Mobilizing Minds. I also saw my teenage son at the time. He was playing video games with people all around the world, and I envisioned a world of greater peace, less war, greater understanding, because really, how are we going to recruit soldiers to go fight a war in a country where their gaming friends live? So obviously I gave myself the title Idealist at the time. It had a couple of different meanings. One, I was always thinking about ideas of how social media was going to improve business, improve our lives, help people launch new enterprises. But I also knew that my vision was a bit idealistic, but worth pursuing. This is a picture of me in 2007 of about 200 people that came to an event I launched called SoCon. It was the first social media conference in Metro Atlanta. After this event, I received numerous invitations to speak to a variety of organizations and about social media. But as the years passed, some well-meaning people, some of you may be watching, suggested that I use a more sophisticated title, like consultant. So I gave up my title of idealist. And then I saw how social media could be used to spread some ugliness around the world. Today, we blame the technology for tearing us apart. In business, nobody wanted to hear idealistic views about how social media could change the world. What they wanted to know is, how can social media make me money? Or how can I control the conversation? So I became a corporate consultant and then an agency owner. I launched some award-winning campaigns and made some money and had some fun. But I didn't have the same passion and meaning behind my work as I did when I first went out on my own. A few weeks ago, I read a quote that washed over me. It said, "Water does not seek to nourish, it is just in its nature to do so." I didn't seek to become an idealist, it's just in my nature to be one. You see, an idealist is a person who is guided more by ideals than by practical considerations. All the good that I have in my life, I believe I have because I created my ideal life. I believed I could create my ideal life, despite a lack of resource or any obvious obstacles. And to help other people believe this, I've recently launched this video podcast called Be an Idealist, where I share some lessons that I learned as I created my ideal life. And I also interview other idealists who have lessons to share. That quote about water's nature is to nourish resonated with me because I have accepted that I am happiest and at my best when I embrace who I am, as opposed to who well-meaning people tell me I should be, or who they want me to be. I have an ingrained desire to empower other people to create lives for themselves that will be meaningful and fulfilling. Just as water will flow in the direction of a path laid out for it, my nature flows in the direction where opportunities can be created, not just found. You see, I created the opportunity to be the first in my family to earn a college degree. I created the opportunity to start my own business so I could be home with my family. And I created the opportunity to have a happy and fulfilled life. And I believe that I can create a world that I want to live in by helping other people feel empowered and fulfilled. Over 10 years ago, when I was being asked to speak on panels and give presentations, I assumed I must have been good enough. I mean, after all, people were inviting me, even paying me to speak. But I've decided good enough is not good enough. I'm focused on investing and improving myself. The Toastmaster path I've chosen for myself is dynamic leadership. I'm looking to improve the ways I inspire others, manage relationships, and create roadmaps to successful outcomes. As an idealist with a bit more experience in a broken world, I now understand that to help others feel empowered, I must focus on my own growth and success. Thank you. Well, I heard the stumbles, so I'm going to go practice my speech a little bit more. Hope you liked the sneak peek, and look forward to seeing me improve on these presentations. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.